Hello, my name is Galina Kurdina. I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I am a victim of psychotronic mind control weapons. I would like to read for you a speech that I am going to say at the United Nations hearing in Geneva on the 10th of March 2025 this year. Please listen. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we are speaking to you on behalf of Organization of Victims of Psychotronic or Remote Mind-Body Control Weapons and Ending of Organized Covert Torture Organization to ask for your help for the many constituents in Canada who are being targeted unjustly or used as involuntary human subjects in experiments. We and many others are being tortured and mutilated in a mind-body control concentration camp 24/7. Victims of psychotronic weapons detail the most extreme and totalitarian violations of human rights in history, including the most horrendous incidents of psychological and physical torture. Criminals may use neurotechnology to implant people with microchips or nanomaterials and place them under remote continuous surveillance. Perpetrators monitor the human brain, including thoughts, motor commands, auditory events, visual images. They alter consciousness, introduce impulses, commands, voices, images, and other disturbances into the brain. They manipulate and torture bodies of victims. Victims of assault by the aforementioned weapons and technologies experience all symptoms of the so-called Havana syndrome. Despite a lot of misinformation regarding possible causes of the syndrome, the American National Academy of Sciences made a conclusion that many of the symptoms reported by victims are consistent with the effects of directed pulsed radiofrequency energy. Victims of Havana syndrome experience hard pressure on their heads, ear pain, voices in their heads, torture with intense loud noise, nausea, dizziness, confusion, disorientation, fatigue, loss of memory, difficulty concentrating, insomnia, drowsiness, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to noise, blurred vision, loss of balance, and many other symptoms. However, symptoms of victims of psychotronic weapons are not limited to the aforementioned. These victims, many call themselves targeted individuals or TIs, may experience much more harmful effects. Visual hallucinations, artificial dreams, manipulation of human behavior, involuntary body movements, forced speech, induced actions, manipulation of will, emotions, sensations, induced thoughts, reading thoughts remotely, retrieving memories, implanting personalities, debilitation of mental acuity, excruciating pain in any part of the body, heart attacks, and other serious medical conditions. Some targeted individuals are subject to organized stalking in their communities. Some of them receive intentional false psychiatric diagnoses and in addition become victims of the systems from which they are seeking help, medical institutions and law enforcement. We have contacted Parliament, courts, RCMP, police and other Canadian government institutions over and over again, but have had our appeals for protection completely ignored. The government doing nothing in this situation is a form of sanctioning these fascist mind-body control experiments on defenseless people. That is why the Canadian government is responsible for these crimes. There are human rights in the Canadian Constitution, national and international laws, the UN Convention Against Torture, the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, that completely defend Canadian people against attempts of murder, physical assault, battery, health damage, breach of privacy, cyber stalking, constant control by covert torture organizations with deadly psychotronic weaponry. However, bearing in mind that neurotechnology allows connecting of the human brain directly to digital networks that may be used to monitor and manipulate human neural system, we deem that it is about time to introduce amendments to the Canadian and international documents to make laws more detailed and specific regarding psychotronic weaponry and neurotechnologies. Those amendments should enlarge the legal definitions, including the definitions of torture, and protect human rights and democracy with respect to the existence of the psychotronic weapons and dual-use neurotechnologies. These modifications will make lives of justices, prosecutors, attorneys, victims in Canada easier. These are the most heinous weapons and crimes imaginable, and the people using them are mass-murdering conspirators pursuing fascist totalitarian schemes. This must stop. We victims demand that our human rights are respected. People responsible are exposed and brought to justice. Victims are acknowledged and compensated. We ask the United Nations organization to appoint a committee to get to the bottom of this most serious violation of human rights. Thank you for your attention. Bye.